Welcome, Jasper United Methodist Church family. Welcome to my office here on this Wednesday for a check-in. I got a few things I want to share with you today. First is from our October newsletter. Our missions ministry talked with you all about some needs of the Timothy House. They're in need of things like blood pressure cuffs, glucose kits for testing, test strips for those kits. They also have some pantry needs like sugar and flour and tea. All of the list can be found on our October newsletter, which you can find on our website. So I encourage you to go there and find something that you can help out with and that you could donate to the Timothy House. If you would rather make a donation instead of going out and making the purchases, you can simply make a donation and mark the donation for the Timothy House items. And we'll be glad to have someone do the shopping and get those items delivered to the Timothy House. Something else I want to remind you about is this coming Friday, October the 30th, is our movie night. It was postponed from last Saturday to this Friday, October the 30th. You can find out all the information you need to know and how to make your reservation on our Facebook page. So I encourage you to go to the Jasper United Methodist Church Facebook page and you will see the information there. Something else I want to share with you is in our November newsletter. It'll be coming out next week. And in that November newsletter, you will find a commitment form. Now, usually in the month of October, we have these commitment forms in your bulletin and available here in the office and all those kinds of things. And we didn't do that this year. We spent only a couple of Sundays in the month of October talking about stewardship and encouraging us to be thankful for how faithful so many of our stewards here in the church have been. Well, but we still see there's a need for a commitment form, for us to make that commitment to 2021. So the commitment form can be found in your newsletter. It'll be coming to you by email, or some of you get them in the mail. And so once you get it, you can print the commitment form out, fill it out. You can mail it back to the church. You can, if you have the ability to scan it back into your computer and send it to us, or you can drop it by the church office, or if you're making a reservation for a worship service, you can bring it to the worship service and drop it off there. Whichever is easiest for you. Now, something else that we're adding this year is we're going to add an online component, meaning that hopefully by the first week in November, we're going to have on our website a link that you can click that will be a private link that you can go in and fill out your commitment form and send it in electronically. It will only go to the treasurer, just like all the others will end up in the treasurer's office, and it'll be very secure. So encourage you to be looking for that. You can go to our website. There'll be a place there for you to click, and you'll follow the instructions and be able to fill your commitment form out online. Another thing coming up, November the 1st, this coming Sunday, is our Charge Conference. Now, the Charge Conference is the one meeting a year that we have as a body to prepare for the coming year. For us, it'll be preparing for 2021. And in that meeting, we talk about our leadership. We talk about the pastor's salary. We talk about those various things. Want to encourage you, if you'd like to join us, it's going to be a Zoom meeting this year. The district superintendent runs that meeting. We will be sharing time in that meeting with the United Methodist Churches in Pickens County and the United Methodist Churches in Cherokee County. If you would like to be a part of that, our church council will receive an email Thursday about it, and they will receive the link. But if you are not a part of the church council and you would like to be part of the Charge Conference, just call the church office today or tomorrow, and we'll make sure you get the link emailed to you so you can join us on Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. I've had a privilege over the last few weeks, both this past Sunday and this coming Sunday, to celebrate and share in baptism. Last Sunday, I had the privilege and the honor to share in the baptism of Jack Tatum. And it was a delight to be with the family and to share and to celebrate. It was out at Grandview Lake. That was a different thing for me. I've not done an immersion out in a lake like that. But we had a really wonderful celebration of baptism. This coming Sunday, during our 11 o'clock worship service, we are going to be sharing baptism with Pearl and Gage Sanders. Another wonderful opportunity to celebrate and to share baptism. It got me to thinking about baptism and being aware of what baptism means. And baptism is about the celebration of the love and grace of God that pours over us. Very similar to the water. Very similar to how water just kind of goes where water wants to go. And it doesn't matter if it's a lake full of water or if it's a handful of water. It still symbolizes the same thing. It symbolizes the love and grace of God flowing over us, covering us, and being a part of who we are. That is the beauty of baptism. I have been blessed in my ministry to share baptism with the tiniest and youngest of babies to men in their 80s. And I am honored, and it's a privilege every time I celebrate that. Because you see, it doesn't matter whether you are as young as Gage or you're as old as the oldest person I ever baptized at 82. The love that God has for you is still the same. It is unmeasurable. It is often hard for us to understand. But baptism celebrates that love. That love that an 82-year-old has learned what it's about. And that love that Gage is going to learn what it is about. That's the beauty of baptism. And so, I want you to think about that as we share in baptism this week. The next week, November the 8th, we're going to be celebrating with our confirmands. In the midst of that service, we will share a video from Jack's baptism there at Grandview. And we're also going to share with the other confirmands who have been baptized before. We're going to share a service of remembering their baptism. And so that'll be part of what's going on that Sunday morning as well. So I want you to consider your baptism. I want you to remember your baptism. Now, if you're like me, you were baptized as an infant and you're saying to yourself, but Greg, I don't remember that. But what I want you to remember is the fact that you were baptized to celebrate the love that God has for you. And at the place you are in life right now, you have come to realize that love that God has for you. If you're still struggling with that, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Let's talk through it. Because it's important for all of us to realize how deeply loved we are by God Himself. I want you to think about that over the next few days. Now, before I leave us today, before I close today, I want to remind you that you have the rest of today and into tomorrow to call and make your reservations for church this Sunday morning. Don't forget that we have seats for 80 now. We'd love to have you come and join us. We have done so well. I want to say a big word of appreciation to all the folks who have come and participated in our in-person worship services. Everybody being so wonderful to comply with the recommendations of face coverings and the physical distancing and all of those things that we're doing to reduce the risk of sharing this COVID-19. We're still sharing the grace and love of God. We're still sharing moments of time together. And I just want to encourage you, if you've had an inclination to come and join us in an in-person worship, consider making a reservation for this Sunday and join us as we celebrate in the baptism of Pearl and Gage. Make your reservation. Be with us on Facebook and YouTube. Whichever is you're comfortable with, I want to encourage you to do that. And I look forward to seeing those who come to worship in-house and the opportunity to share worship with those of you who will be home or at the beach or wherever it is that you might be this Sunday morning. As I leave you today, I just want to say, God bless you. Know that I miss being with you. Know that you are loved and you are cared about. And remember, I'm here if you need me. All you have to do is reach out. Have a good day. Have a good rest of the week. Take care and God bless.